Wow. Good morning, everybody. Holy moly, mother of pearl and all that fun stuff. Welcome, welcome. Welcome one and all to the show. We got Tuesday morning. CharlieFoxTrotRadio.com. Charlie Foxtrot Radio over my shoulder. Charlie Foxtrot Radio on Facebook, on YouTube, on Nextdoor. On all of them that matter. Holy crap. Everything that has been coming out in the last 24 hours is, to say the very least, wow. Have to get my drink on. Yeah. So, welcome, guys. We made the comment yesterday about having what our talking points are going to be today. I think that's kind of a cool thing to have, just so you guys kind of have a half of a idea, or a half of a backside of an idea of what is going on here. Okay? So, April 14th, if you are in the Northeast Indiana part, this has been something I've been hyping up just because I am so stupid excited to actually go see this. April 14th, 13th actually, depending on how you look at it. If you go to their website, they actually have 2 showtimes on the 13th for the new movie. And I pointed this out as a new horror movie coming out that isn't a sequel or a reboot. This is the first. How long has it been since there's actually been a movie that has started a franchise? Okay. I think I can't even tell you. I can give you an idea of what I think is the last one, and I'd probably be way off. Okay? Because you always get like those one-offs that are really freaking good, but they never really get the traction of it. And there's been some really good horror movies that have just been those quick little one-offs that have taken place. Trick or Treat's one of them. If you guys haven't seen that one, came out like in 2008. Great freaking movie. Watch it every Halloween. To me personally, it's better than the Halloween movies. And I'll probably get criticized and bashed for saying that. But new movie coming out here that I am definitely excited for, Nefarious. I will be trying to get tickets for that the first day off that I get, because that actually comes out the weekend of one of our very top, very popular performer that's going to be coming to our club that I work at that weekend. So it is what it is. But Nefarious, definitely. If you guys haven't seen the trailers for it, it is definitely like F with your mind type mentality on it. But go to whoisnefarious.com. You can actually figure out where all of the movie theaters that are going to be showing it. For us here locally, we only have one. And then it's South Bend. Then it's down near Indianapolis. Like they're only putting them in select theaters. So the fact that we actually got a theater that is showing it here in town, very excited for. So definitely one to keep an eye out for. They actually put it up, and if you guys have seen the movie, that new Scream movie, I want to say they made comments that there was they put the trailer up during that movie as well. So you guys maybe already have a preconceived notion about what you're going to think about it. But for me personally, this is going to be one of those, oh yeah, definitely going to be seeing this. Definitely going to be seeing this. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. All right. One of the other things that we had talking about that we were going to bring up today. How many of you guys like Power Rangers? Well, if you're like my age, you know, that mid-30s, you know, you grew up watching it. Mid to late 30s, maybe even the early 40s. You guys grew up watching it in the 90s. Okay. Well, we all remember Miss Pink Ranger, Kimberly. Amy Jo Johnson, she had made an announcement that she kept quiet during the COVID pandemic, actually, that they were starting on, her and her boyfriend. Okay, let's back up here. Let's back up here with this. Okay. April 14th or something or other, you got that new Power Rangers, reunion movie coming out to Netflix. She is not a part of it. They actually got Kat to come back for that one, the second Pink Ranger, to jump in for that one. The reason and the whole concept behind that is they came out that it's like she was never approached, Amy Jo Johnson, but she had transitioned more to directing and writing after that. She has a handful of notes to her name as far as her directorial accomplishments. Everybody needs to have at least one or two on their plates by the end of their career. But she had transferred out of acting for the most part into that. But she is actually coming out. Her and her boyfriend, who's actually going to be the producer of this, just started talking about this, and it just came up. But they started talking about it during, right at the beginning of. So like a few months before, we all led into the annual 2-week lockdown that was COVID. I think we're in our 3rd year of the annual 2-week lockdown. And I'll get chastised for saying that too. But you know what? Dang it, it's funny. Because it reminds me of WALL-E. Welcome to our annual, our 2-week trip to get away from Earth while all the robots fix our planet. 20 years later. That's kind of what COVID became for us after a while. It's like, oh my goodness. That's neither here nor there. So she's actually creating a Power Rangers comic book series that's going to be coming out here. I want to say the article read at the beginning of late this year, beginning of 2024, that we're going to be seeing it. So definitely something out of sheer curiosity that I will be looking into about. Oh crap. And had to type something up to get ready for the next one. But definitely something that we're going to be keeping an eye on to see what's coming out, because comic books are just nostalgia. I never really got into them so much per se. The Lovely Misses, has her own stories with them and an understanding of them. So there is some nostalgia with it, but it'll definitely be interesting to see what kind of stories that they tell in this series, how it's going to play out, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, we're going to be looking at that towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, when it is all said and done. So, oh goodness. That's kind of like the real highlight. So, and I don't have a drum roll. I can't even do it. Yeah, that kind of sounds nerdy. Biggest thing that has come out, and we are still learning stuff about this, so this is going to be one of those ongoing things. More so than Tom Brady. Tom Brady's kind of trickled off right now. Tom Brady's kind of, we're kind of done hearing about him until the 2024-2025 series or football season. We're going to start hearing from him again, I think. But one of the biggest things that just came out Monday morning, the day after WrestleMania. No, it does nothing to do with Monday Night Raw. WWE, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, has officially sold WWE. Well, it's still pending right now, but the sale has been announced. $9.3 billion to the Endeavor Group. Okay, Ari Emanuel's Endeavor Group, which is the parent company of none other than the UFC. Speculation regarding WWE's sale has been ongoing for a while now. It seems like the sale could be finalized as early as this week, which it was announced this morning. Yesterday morning. This morning. Where are we at? I have no idea. Monday morning it was announced, the day after WrestleMania 39. which, by the way, had 161,000 people in attendance between the two nights. That is freaking insane, if you ask me. But let me see if I can get some more up-to-date articles on this. It has been, because it has been all over the place. Articles or websites are picking it up already. So this one was marked April 3rd at 5:30 a.m., less than 24 hours after the final bell of WrestleMania 39, when Roman Reigns beat Cody Rhodes. Yes, I went there. Roman Reigns beat Cody Rhodes, but that story is still ongoing. Yes, I am a nerd. I love my wrestling when I'm able to watch it. If not, my son and my wife keep me up to date on what's going on. But amid the swirls of rumors that began earlier Sunday, Endeavor, which is the parent company, announced it will acquire WWE and combine it with the UFC, which it also owns, to form a brand new live entertainment company. This is coming from GameSpot.com. You could just literally type this article title in, and it'll bring up like 37 different things. This is just the very first one that pops up. So, Endeavor, a Hollywood representation company that has worked with the NFL, NCAA, and more, and its shareholders, will own a total of 51% of the new company, while shareholders of WWE will own the remaining 49%. The new company created by this transaction will be valued at approximately $21.4 billion, with $12.1 billion of that value coming from the UFC and the other $9.3 billion coming from WWE. The sale is expected to pass regulators and close by the end of 2023. So, yes, like everything else, it has to go through all the regulatory processes, just like when we saw T-Mobile acquire Sprint and all of that stuff. It has to go through different things with the government to make sure that it is a good deal. Okay. The new company will be led by Endeavor CEO Ariel Emanuel, who will also continue in that role. Vince McMahon, the creator of the WWE, will act as the executive chairman of the board and president and CEO Mark Shapiro. Dana White will remain president of UFC, while Nick Khan will act as president of WWE. A new board of directors will also be created for the new company, 6 members appointed by UFC and 5 by WWE. They are not pulling any punches to know exactly what is going on way before the deal is even set in stone and finalized. So, yes, WWE could very well not be WWE by name come 2024. That will be a huge blow. Okay, that'll become something new. Okay, well, we saw and it's changed every 10 or 15 years. Yes, people will make that claim and that argument that it has been changed over time. It went from, when I was little, it was the WWF. Then they changed it to WWE. It went from the World Wrestling Federation to World Wrestling Entertainment. Okay, I always remember that transition because it was just because of the commercials that they did for it was, WWE, get the F out. Things of that nature. And then it went from World Wrestling Entertainment to just WWE. Cool. It was just the letters, not the actual name. Okay, WWE Entertainment or whatever they flipped it over to with the whole PG era that they were diving into at that point in time. But this could go, and I've said this on social media, I've said this with some close confidants that I have, that it could go one of two ways. It could be something spectacular, or it's just going to completely crash and burn. Under no pretense do I see it them trying to become another monopoly, like when WWF bought WCW and completely, wiped WCW off the face of the planet. Okay, I don't see that happening because we have the likes of AEW, Ring of Honor, whatever TNA is called now, Impact Wrestling. Okay. We have different things on there. So the idea of a monopoly trying to be formed, I don't see happening. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. So it could go really well, or it could totally crash and burn in epic fashion. And I don't know which way it's going to go, but this is going to be something just like with the comic books that we were just talking about with Amy Jo Johnson. This is going to be something that we're going to be following very closely because a lot of people want to know what the F or where the F went and what the F is going on. Okay. Especially because them saying, oh, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a new name with the brand of WWE and UFC. Okay. So I don't know exactly what this is going to pan out. This is one of those times where the whole 24 to 48 hour rule is completely thrown out the window here because this is just so big. You gather as much information as you can, and then you just run with it. You have no idea what to expect, but you just run with it. Okay? Likely there's going to be some things that have happened with the fallout because everybody knows there's always something big that happens the Monday after WrestleMania. Okay? That's how it's always been. I haven't been able to watch it yet just because of how my schedule is and all of that. But we're going to be going back, finding all the news and all that stuff for that going forward. But the idea of something happening, okay, that they've made the announcement this early on, tells me they got 8 months to figure out a new name, 8 months to do whatever they need to do. So, but 9.1, that's like winning the freaking biggest lottery like 7 times. I can't even fathom that. Shoo. If I can get something set up with Charlie Foxtrot Radio, doing this for a living, okay? Cool. That would be freaking ecstatic in my mind, okay? Being able to write, being able to create films and produce films and all of that, to support my family. Because this is a small business venture by the end of it at the end of the day. But being able to do things like that I can just get enough to pay off my house. Or pay off my house and get college funds set up for my 3 kids. Get college funds set up for them so they can go to whatever college they frickin' feel like. Things of that nature. Then I would be content. I wouldn't even know what and call that like $250,000. Okay, $250,000. Like if I could come up with something like that with doing this over time just to keep them settled and situated, great. What in the world would I do with 9.1 or 9.3, I'm sorry, billion? That is a freaking huge number. But yet in articles like this, they just throw the numbers around like it's nothing, the government, our debt's like what, 37 trillion. When does the numbers just don't matter anymore? Is it when we hit the billions in business that the numbers just don't make it matter anymore? We're just throwing them around all so nonchalantly. Oh yeah, WWE's being sold for $9 billion, guys. Good for them. They've earned the money. $9.1 billion. I'd be sitting here going, I'll tell you what. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But you never know. You never know. Oh, just that much money is something freaking insane, dude. Swear. But so those are our big topics for today. Billions and billions and billions of topics and reasons why we need to keep an eye on what the heck's going on because yes, social media is going to be going up in a blaze about all these topics that are coming out that we're talking about here right now. I will bet you dollars to donuts nobody else will be talking about them, but we're going to be talking about them right here no matter what at the end of the day. So, That being said, guys, some of the biggest things that we got going on this week is Thursday. Wednesday, we're going to be having our live show tomorrow. Okay. Thursday, it's going to be a pre-recorded show that we're going to do on Wednesday because we are celebrating a birthday here. So before I have to go into work tomorrow, Thursday night. Wow. All my days are confused here. Before I go into work on Thursday, we're going to be celebrating a birthday prior to Preacher Lawson performing from America's Got Talent at Summit City Comedy Club. So Thursday is going to be our pre-recorded show. Friday, we're going to be back live. Probably with a bunch of screaming kids in the background here. Because what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Friday, though. Friday is Good Friday. If you are any type of religious person in this world, we all know what Good Friday is. We're going to be doing a special show for that as well. Outside of this, we're going to be doing a special show for Good Friday that we're going to have pre-recorded that we're going to put up Friday evening. So I hope you guys will come through, stick around, hang out, say hi, see what is ado with that. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day here. Enjoy the sunlight while it lasts, guys. If you are anywhere near the weather that is coming in tonight into Wednesday, be safe, be prepared. I know that it definitely caught a lot of us off guard over the weekend, Friday into Saturday. So let's just make sure that we're all looking out for one another no matter what in the end. So from everybody here at the Command Center Mobile 1, have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.